Good morning. How's everybody doing? So I was just chatting with Sierra, and then I realized it's 10 o'clock and I had to go live. Good morning. Um, I just put this on, chatting with Sierra, and then realized that it was time to be live. So here I am, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out of it because I had to go in from the top because it does not go down. There's no way it could go down this way. So I'm gonna try to get out of it. Maybe I should take my earrings off. I don't know if it's gonna. Oh no. I think we're gonna have to get Gabe. I think we're gonna have to get Gabe. So this is part of our live together today. Gabe is gonna have to help me get out of it. It went on no problem over the top, but getting it back off is I need someone to pull it off of me. So here we are. He's just gonna be my little friend. I made this for my giant Gracie doll and for Ava, and I haven't shared it yet because I made a reel to show it later. As soon as it gets edited, we'll get it posted. But isn't it cute? I ordered 2 more skeins of this pink because I thought it was going to take a lot. This was 1 skein. But when I get my other 2, maybe I can make it bigger, like real big, and I can like put it in regular. It's blanket yarn. I can't get it off. I can't get it off. It is blanket yarn. And it's like sparkly pink. But I've ordered 2 more of these skeins from Joann's. So I guess this is how I live now. This is just my new summer attire. I will be wearing this all the time. Yep. It's for my large Gracie doll. This gal. It's for her. She's going to be really jealous. Maybe I should have put some wire in there, or maybe make its neck not so long. Maybe try to. Oh, that would. Can't. I don't know. I was just chatting it up with Sierra, and then I was like, oh shoot, 10 o'clock. We're together now. Ava just woke up. I haven't even told her good morning yet. Okay, we have some questions coming in. Excellent, excellent. Oh, also, feel free to ask me any questions about my new hippie journey because I love talking about it to anybody that will listen. I am doing a very good job at not giving unsolicited advice because it's like a brand new thing, right? Obviously, I barely know what I'm doing, so there's no reason for me to be giving advice, especially unsolicited. But if you want to chat about it, ask me a question and I'll answer for you. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying your vacation, Christina. Thank you for being a teacher. I know that's a very hard job, especially since everything happened like 3 years ago. Okay, let's pop on to the questions. Hey there, I'm just getting started with a small market in my town, mostly selling. How is the best way to give credit to the designers? So, Leanne, this will probably be different for every designer. For me personally, unless they said like they crocheted or that you hear them talking and they're like, you could make that, you know what I mean? You could just be like, that pattern's by Ashley of A Crafty Concept. It's free on her blog if you want to check it out. You know what I mean? And then it kind of gives you like a conversation starter. But if they are not crocheters and they're not like implying that they could make one or they also crochet or something like that, you don't have to go out of your way and say that's design. I mean, if they ask you, like, did you design this? You could tell them. Some designers might want you to like put it on a sign, or like if you had hang tags off of each of your products, you could put on the back pattern designed by A Crafty Concept. But that would just be a lot of work. And that's not going to help you get more sales doing that. And you have very limited time and energy and resources as a solo entrepreneur, especially a handmade business owner, like handmade. We have to make our things. Most small businesses buy wholesale in bulk and then they resell it, right? There's no making of things. Handmade business owners is different. So that would be sufficient for my patterns. For other people's patterns, I have no idea. Some people are very specific about how they want things done. Some people are not. So I truly don't know. You could just do whatever makes sense for you. Like gives you a clean conscience. Like you think, I did above and beyond in that moment. You know what I mean? But for me, feel free to just word of mouth if someone mentions they crochet or your mom could make that for you. You know what I mean? You like, oh, you could let her know that that pattern's from a crafty concept. It's free. If they're wanting their mom to make it for them, they're not going to buy it from you. So sending them to my blog is not going to take an order from you. Also, it could give you one because they might just be like super impressed with your kindness and not greediness that it comes off. And they'd be like, well, instead of asking her, I'll just buy this one. You know what I mean? Like there's a very good chance. So thank you for your question. I hope that was helpful, Leanne. Good luck at your market. I hope you sell like crazy pants. Oh, you mostly sell small items. Okay, thank you. I was a little confused, but that makes sense. Thank you. Okay. This is very tight. This is quite tight. Maybe I should scoot it up. Okay, on the smaller area of me. Okay. I need Gabe to come get it off of me. Maybe I will text him. I don't know if he's camera ready. Let me just real quick. I'm stuck in my flamingo and I am live. Would you like to come pull it off of me? If not, we'll hang out. He's working from home today. It's tight. Okay. When someone asks you, what do you do? What is the best way to answer in regards to your business? I have a hard time giving a good response. Kelsey, are you a crocheter or a designer? Stephanie. Because it depends on, I hear feet prints. He might be coming to help me. So if you're a designer, you would say something like, I design crochet patterns. And if you are a finished piece seller, this is where having a niche would come in handy. So if you crochet finished piece seller, perfect. If you had a shop and you sold boho baby girl things, you could say, I make boho accessories for baby girls. I have a shop selling boho accessories for baby girls. I sell farmhouse home decor for millennials. My belly is grumbling about my coffee. So if you hear that, I apologize. It's the coffee. Trying to see if Gabe was coming. Oh, you think you can get this off of me? It's got to go off the top. Okay. Let me just, it's like, I'll hold my pants down and you go up. Okay. Oh, thank you. It was very tight. I was like, it's so tight. Thank you. Okay. We can breathe again. Hooray, work from home husbands. It would have been funny if I had tried to get Ava's help. Whew, I can breathe. Okay, crochet finished piece seller. So you're going to want to be as niche as possible. So inside of Crochet Boss Academy, I teach my students in Module 1 to find your ideal customer. That is the most important thing that any small business can do, is to find your ideal customer so you know who you are selling to. He is a great husband. So if you're just selling a bunch of random stuff and nothing is cohesive, it's going to be very hard for you to tell people what you do. And that's going to be very hard for them to remember what you do. And it's going to be very hard for them to refer you to other people because they don't know what you do that well. That's why finding your ideal customer and building a product line specifically around her is going to help your business in a million different ways, not just one. Like small things, like simply explaining what you do to people. If you are niche, so I say I design free crochet patterns and resources to help crocheters start and grow a handmade business. That's what I say. So it's like my elevator pitch, right? But whatever, are you still hanging out? Kelsey, do you want to tell me like what you sell, or are you still kind of all over the place and you need to niche down a little bit? But I would say what you sell and who you sell it for as your pitch. So boho accessories for millennial girl moms, right? Like imagine it's like a formula, what you sell, who it's for, and add some adjectives like boho or farmhouse or something like that. Thank you for your question. That's a good one. And that's just another one of the reasons why finding your ideal customer is super duper important. Okay. Maria says, "Hi, I want to open a new Instagram account and Etsy shop. Do you suggest keeping it international or posting in my own language? I'm afraid that the crochet community here is not as active as in the US." So, Maria, on Etsy, I recommend you doing your native language because Etsy will translate it for you into English for English shoppers. Um, you can also translate them yourself if you have the time and energy to do that. If you are bilingual, which apparently you are because that is perfectly good English, you can like look at the translations and then make any edits if you need to. I have never done this, so you would have to watch a YouTube video if you needed help with the step by step. But Etsy suggests in the Etsy Seller Handbook to use your native language and then let it translate for you for other languages, for people shopping in other languages. With Instagram, I have seen people where they put both languages. They type the whole thing in, like, let's just say Spanish, okay? They type the whole thing in Spanish and then they type the whole thing in English. You could do that if you wanted to, if that's easy for you and it's not going to be extremely time consuming, which depending upon your language, you might have to like change keyboards and everything. And I don't know how easy like your phone makes that. I don't know what kind of phone that you have. So I don't know. I would use the language that your ideal customer is using. So my ideal customer speaks English because I couldn't teach a Spanish speaking person how to start a business if they don't speak English because I don't speak Spanish yet. But Ava and I are going to learn Spanish this year for like our first homeschool year together. We're going to learn Spanish. We're going to start learning Spanish. But as of right now, if a person came to me and they only spoke Spanish, I wouldn't be able to serve them well. So if I promoted my business in Spanish using Google Translator, that's not gonna like my education half of my business, not the patterns. I put Spanish subtitles on all of my free crochet pattern videos on YouTube because there's a huge Spanish population and I have a large Spanish following over on YouTube. Like 13% of my audience is Spanish speaking. So I add Spanish subtitles that are auto generated and I have no idea if they're accurate, like no clue at all. I'm just trying to do my best to help any non-English speaking people be able to follow my crochet patterns because they can enjoy a crochet pattern without trying to build a business. You know what I mean? But my educational stuff, I really don't. Sometimes I might add them because I might have like somebody who is bilingual, but Spanish subtitles make it easier for them to understand. But I truly have no idea if they are saying crazy stuff in the subtitles or not. But I would speak to your ideal customer in the language that they speak to most of the time. That's what I would do. I'm assuming, are you a finished piece seller or a designer? I want to say you're probably a designer, but you might be a finished piece seller. But if you're a finished piece seller, speak in the language of the majority of the people that's going to be buying your things. And if you are a designer and you design in English standard language, like you know how the different patterns can be in different formats, I guess. Like the UK has double crochet is our half double crochet or something like that. Good morning. I think the best thing that you can do is wherever your ideal customer is going to be, use that language. I think that's the best thing that you're going to be able to do. Thank you for your question, Maria. I hope that was helpful. Christina says, bouncing off the crediting designer's question, can you sell items out of a book you purchased? For instance, so you're going to have to ask the designer. Every single author would be different. I would imagine, to the best of my knowledge, just because it's published in a book does not mean you can't sell it. I think it's still up to the designer. If I were to publish a book, which I'd like to one day, because I just think that would give me like cred, you know, especially if it was sold in like Hobby Lobby or something. But if I was going to design a book, I would self-publish it through Amazon KDP, and you would still be able to sell your finished pieces. And I would put that in my book. I would put that in my book because my book would be based on selling. So if I were going to write a book, it would have a free crochet pattern, and then it would have selling tips and marketing tips, and then a crochet pattern, and then marketing tips and crochet pattern. That's how my book would go. But I think it would be up to the designer. So you could ask the designer. I don't think they put it in their books. I've never seen that before. But like this is from Melanie. Hooked on Amigurumi, I think is her IG. She's a sweet lady. Oh, not too shabby crochet. Sorry. Not with an N. But you could just reach out to the designer. They're regular people. You just message them. And if they don't get back to you in like 2 days, at first I would message them on Instagram, and then I would message them via email. And if they don't get back to you, maybe reach out to the publishing company if you have to. The information should be in the book. I think you're going to have to ask the designer, though. I don't think there's any way around that. Ava the avocado. I'm going to have to make my Ava one. Let's see, page 85. Let me look at this, and then we will move on. I just want to look at it. Oh, a little chicken leg. 80. Oh, Ava the avocado. Cute. Oh, I love a book that lays flat. Look at this. This is superior to books that don't lay flat. I love it because if I was working on this and I wanted to take a picture, like a flat lay with this in the picture to show what I'm working on, this book would sit nicely. This is in my Amazon shop, acraftyconcept.com/Amazon. This one also sets nicely. Look how nice that is. And these pages are like thick. Look at that. I love it so much. This is from my friend Lauren Epsy. She's a nice girl. Got to meet her at a maker's retreat. Thank you for your question, Christina. Let's see. You're welcome, Maria. Corey said she would definitely buy a book for me. Thank you, Corey. Oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you so much. Maybe one day when things, get organized in some way. What is the best yarn for shirts, and how do you know how much to use? I do not make shirts. That one random hoe. I do not make shirts. I have made a bathing suit cover up, but I haven't finished it, and I used cotton. You want something that has good drape, depending upon the type of shirt, but I am not your girl for garment questions. But there's probably plenty of like YouTube videos that you could check out. Sierra, if you've got any resources for designing garments or garment questions, feel free to share them in the comments. Send her your way. Sierra designs garments in the past. She makes some really pretty dresses that I bought all of the yarn for Sierra in like 2018 to make your square neck dress that I think is the one that you and Ren modeled together. I bought a ton of the sheep yarn when Hobby Lobby had a clearance like 5 years ago. And I think I gave it away to Callie. It was like hot pink and yellow though, so I would have been looking like a bird. I need to get something a little bit more intentional, I think. But I would love to make one eventually. Thank you for your question. Sorry, I am not that helpful when it comes to garments. Robin says, good morning. Can you give me a few ideas on items to make for firefighter wives that would have an average turnaround time? So, Robin, you could market anything to firefighter wives. You just would have to be intentional. So if I wanted to market, I don't know anything about firefighter wives. Okay, let me do another example, and maybe you can apply it to firefighter wives. If I wanted to market a key fob, like a necklace type key fob, to a nurse, I would say it's perfect for holding your nurse's badge. If I wanted to market a purse for a nurse, I would be like, it's the perfect size for holding your heartbeat checker. That's what I'd say. I'd say heartbeat checker. And if I wanted to market a basket to a nurse, I could say something about nursing plants. It's perfect for holding plants. And since they're a nurse, you know what I mean? Nursing plants to put in your nursery. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. So if you want to sell something to firefighters' wives, make it very emotionally engaging to them. So I don't know anything about that community. So I'm not really sure. Maybe you mean like, people have like softball mom. Maybe you mean something like that. So you could do like coffee cozies. Oh, you could do coffee cozies and felties from my friend Taylor of Taylor Lynn Crochet. She has felties, but she also has other stuff like crochet patterns and clothes and all kinds of fun stuff. Let me pull up a felty so you can just get an idea of what that is. Oh, a nurse felty. Okay, share. Okay, so this is Taylor's nurse felty. It says, trust me, I'm a nurse. Almost. Trust me, I'm a nurse. Almost. That's funny. So you could make a Claire cozy and then glue that on there if you wanted to. And you could get one very specific to firefighters. And you could find somebody to make you some custom firefighter wife felties. You could also do, probably you could do some cute keychains. I'm trying to think. So maybe a firefighter's wife would carry like burned cream, not like for like 3rd-degree burns, but like if she's got kids and they get burnt, like touching the stove or a hot glue gun, I feel like a firefighter wife might be a little bit more mindful about having like colloidal silver, I think helps with burns, and it's like a cream. So maybe you did an essential oil keychain holder that's free on my blog, and you said how it fits perfect for like typical store-bought burn cream that they might have with them all the time, and they could clip it to their diaper bags or clip it to their purse or their kid's backpack or whatever. And if there's ever an instance while they're out and about or even at home, they know exactly where it's at. They can get to it really quickly. So I would promote things specifically to them for what they are passionate about, right? That's what I would do. And if you go to www.acraftyconcept.com/free patterns, you can see all of the free crochet patterns on my blog. Now, let's just scroll through and see if we have, let me make sure okay, let me hide your comment. See if we have anything that stands out to me firefighter wise. Like, I really am not familiar with that community, so I don't know if something's going to pop out. I'm thinking Dalmatians. That's in my mind. I mean, baskets, you can sell those to anybody. There's the essential oil roller holder keychain, but you can put other stuff in there too. You could put like a little thing of cream in there. It doesn't have to be an essential oil roller. A bookmark. Like, if you were going to show the bookmark, maybe you show it with a book that a lot of firefighter wives read. Like, maybe there's a very common in that community. Maybe they have something that they, like, I really don't know much about the community, but imagine they didn't use paper towels because paper towels were flammable. So maybe they know a statistic about how many houses burn because of paper towels. So you used the plastic bag hanger as a washcloth hanger instead, and you just throw washcloths down in there and you pull them out the bottom instead of using paper towels. And you hang this in your kitchen, and instead of grabbing a paper towel, you just grab a washcloth instead. That's something that you could promote to them. You could probably make something like one of these stuffies and put it in. Well, that would be for kids though, not the women. Baskets. There's the Claire cozy I was talking about. This is I about said essential oil roller. Hand sanitizer cozy. You could make a troll and make his hair look like fire. That could be fun. Let me see if we got any comments. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that was helpful. Perfect. Sorry, I have never been, I don't know anything about that community, but I do know that community. That would be a fun segment, like community, where we talk about what's happening in our community together. Almost like gossip, but in a positive way. Like, Allie of the Turtle Trunk just hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Community. I'm sure other people do that. Okay, friends, we are almost at 10:30 and we are out Just kidding. We are not out. We have another one. Thank you, Robin, for your question. Christina says, will you ever do another masterclass that started falling right after CBA closed? Looking to join when they open up again. I absolutely will, Christina. We will open Crochet Boss Academy at the end of February, usually. So the masterclass will be near the end of February. And then usually around March, early March is when we start Crochet Boss Academy. It might be different next year. I'm not sure yet. But as of right now, that's what we've been doing up to this point. I'll have to look at our schedule this year. I might try to push it back a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll see. But that's usually about how the timing works for Crochet Boss Academy. But it goes live once a year, and it will be back this coming spring 2024. And I will do another masterclass to get everybody hyped for Crochet Boss Academy. Okay. This one, Heather, you have to reach out to the individual designers and you have to say, hey, I'm doing a roundup about this post. Is it okay if I use some of your pictures? It's the most annoying thing in the whole world. In the whole world. I hate it. Sierra does it for me. In my mind, if I am linking to your blog for free, that is a service that I'm doing for you. Even if my blog was like a tiny baby blog, that doesn't mean it will always be a tiny baby blog. Like, it will grow if I continue to work on it. So I guess it's legally, this is not legal advice, I'm not a lawyer, but I think that's just the common practice is we ask each other. Open-ended. If you want to use my picture, any of my pictures to promote my blog and link to my blog posts, you have permission. You always have permission. Use any of them that you want. But you're supposed to ask them. It's really tedious. I would suggest getting you like a spreadsheet and asking people and then being like, can I save you to my spreadsheet to use your post in the future without having to reach out to you for the sake of time? That's what I would do. Just to make it a little bit faster for you. Thank you for your question. Can you use YouTube tutorials that don't have a blog post affiliated with it for linking patterns for blog posts? Can you re-ask that question? Can you use YouTube tutorials that don't have a blog post for... Oh, so you're saying, can you link it to the YouTube tutorial instead of a blog post for like a roundup? Absolutely, but you got to ask. Well, you can embed YouTube videos. You probably wouldn't have to ask. As long as you don't use their pictures. Like, as long as you don't take their pictures from their wherever and put it on your blog. As long as you don't take their pictures. So like with YouTube videos, you can embed them. And then that it plays via YouTube on their YouTube channel. So that you shouldn't have to ask for that, I don't think. You could always reach out to them and say, hey, you were featured on my blog, and then send them the link, and then maybe they might share it. That would be smart business to do. But I think with YouTube videos, you can just embed it in your blog post. Do you suggest starting fall Halloween items? Absolutely. I suggest making fall Halloween items all year long because that is our sweet spot. That is when we get the most sales on a regular basis. So I would never stop making fall. I would always be doing it in the background in my downtime while I'm watching TV with my family, or my husband's driving and I'm riding in the car. I would be making Claire Bun beanies. That's what I used to do when I sold Claire Bun beanies. I made them all year long, and I would give myself a little stockpile. So when fall hit, I had some that were ready to ship. I still had my listings as made to order, so I gave myself a little bit of a cushion, but I had some that were ready to ship if they needed to get out quickly. That's what I would be doing. Now, should you be promoting them? Maybe not. Maybe do like 45 to 60 days before the actual holiday. So let me pull my calendar back up. So before October 31st that's 30 days, 60 days. So August. You could start promoting your Halloween stuff as early as September. I'm sorry, what's before? That's now. Now is before. Okay. I wouldn't do it now, personally. Now, Hobby Lobby is already doing it. So if your ideal customer is a Hobby Lobby fanatic, maybe they're already preparing for it. Hobby Lobby doesn't sell Halloween stuff, but they sell fall, and they've already got the fall stuff out. it makes me sick to my stomach. I want summer to last forever. I was laying out in the sun yesterday and I was just like, this brings me so much joy. Like I don't ever want it to end. I love summer. Um, I would wait till the end of July for me personally, but starting in August. So right now you should be focusing on back to school. A lot of people are getting ready for back to school. And if you have the 2023 content calendar, Sierra will pop up a link for you. You can look at the content calendar, and I have an up next section for every month that tells you what people are going to be preparing for next. So you could be looking at that and sharing about them now because that's what's coming up next. I think next year's 2024 content calendar, I'm going to move everything up another month. Like it's going to be like 45 days, 60 to 45 days before the trend hits, if I can. It's hard because we like to do what's happening now. But as handmade business owners, we have to think ahead in order to maximize sales. If you don't do that, you're going to limit yourself to how many sales you're actually able to get because you are just one person. Okay, we have one more question and then we're going to call it a day. Do you recommend baby items be made seasonal for the holidays or more general so they can stay in your shop all year long? Both, Christina. If you have a shop where you sell loveys, stuffies, and beanies only for babies, we're not going to get into the conversation about the legalness of selling toys. Okay, we've talked about that in multiple other Ask Ashleys last week before last. So you can go check those out. There is timestamps. Are there timestamps, Sierra? Do we add chapters to the Ask Ashleys? I don't remember. Post in the comments if we do. Let them know. But okay, yes, we do. So there are timestamps where you can go scroll through and see which questions were asked. But we talk about them a lot. We're not going to talk about it this time. But if you had a shop set up for this, Christina, and that was all you sold was baby things, I would absolutely have some seasonally appropriate limited edition. Once it's gone for the season baby things in my shop to create FOMO and quickness. What is it? Not emergency. Immediacy. You know what I mean? Like if they don't buy it now, it's going to be gone. Absolutely, I would. I just shared a picture yesterday of an American flag Addie bear. I don't know if you saw it. I will show it to you. So if you sold Addie bears in your shop, people are going to be used to seeing your things, right? They love your baby things. You are their go-to baby thing maker. And if you posted in like May, June, February, March, April, May, June, end of May, early June, that you're going to be having some 4th of July Addie bears. For what if somebody's having a baby that's due into June, then they're going to be able to take pictures for 4th of July, right? They're going to want this. They're going to think that's so cool. So absolutely. And then you would only have a couple, or you would only leave it up for a limited time if it's made to order, and then take the listing down and then pull it back up again next year. Same thing for all the different. Oh yeah. Seasonally appropriate things that are limited edition are going to create urgency. That's the word. That is not an E. It's going to create urgency in your ideal customer. So Santa Addie bears, great for baby pictures. I got a buddy, the elf. I don't know if that pattern ever went live. It's the same as the Santa. I just added the little collar and I changed up. You know what I mean? They're the same. You can do that. And then I don't think I ever released this one, but this year we can give you Rudolph, right? But it's not. I don't know if I can call it Rudolph. That might be copyrighted. I might just have to make it a deer and then be like, I'm giving my deer a red nose. I don't know if that would be okay. And then we also have a pumpkin Addie bear, right? Very seasonally appropriate Addie bears. I got a snowman. I don't know if I ever released this one. I don't think I did. Because I don't love that his arms come under his scarf. But if I made it, I don't know. I might could make the tops of the arms red so it kind of blends in. That would probably be best. And then I have this little pumpkin looking, which I thought was really fun. I feel like that would be very cute for a baby boy. It's got a rattle in there. And then we have the bumblebee that I never released because it didn't even do well. It did not get a lot of attention. But I thought it was cute. Look at his little wings. Doesn't have a stinger, but he's got wings. But I would absolutely do seasonally things. I think that would be a great way to get a boost of sales every single season. So 100% yes, that would be my answer for that. All of these patterns are free on my blog. Most of them use the knitting machine, but there's also the crocheted version. that is fully crocheted. So you could check those out, acraftyconcept.com/free patterns. Okay, friends, that is everything for today. Thank you. Thank you for joining me for Ask Ashley. I'm making sure, okay, no comments. Excellent. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that you learned something and you're able to take action and apply it to your business and start making all the monies that you want. Tell a friend, invite a friend. Let's get this party hopping next week. Attendance was pretty low today, but it is a holiday. Yeah, I got up at 9 o'clock and I was like, come on, gotta get it together. Gotta get it together. So there'll probably be a lot of people catching the replay. So you replay warriors, I see you working hard. Thank you for tagging me. That makes my heart just explode. I don't know what it is. Like, I love watching you guys make my patterns, but when you post that you are watching my videos, like with me on your computer or even on your TV, my heart just lights up. So thank you so much for doing that. It really helps me grow my business, but it also helps with my mental health, so I can get like the energy and the motivation and the encouragement to continue making content. And as someone who has a history of depression, that is very important to me. So I appreciate you deeply. Thank you so much for doing that, for being here, for asking questions, for being involved in the comments conversations. Couldn't do it without you. It'd be a very boring show. Me and Sierra would be here still talking about how I'm going to get out of that flamingo if you weren't here hanging out with us. So thank you for being here. I love you deeply. Did you know that Gen Z kids do this instead of this? Like they do that. It hurts. Ugh, I hate it. Why would they do that? This is completely sufficient. This is sufficient. Why? Ugh, it hurts. Ugh, okay. Have a good day.